Hey everybody, Velmore here. Welcome back into my kitchen. Before I get started today, I just wanted to send over some gratitude to all of you. I'm at 250 subscribers, a couple of my videos have broken the 1,000 view mark, and the amazing things all of you have been saying in the comments. It's just been wonderful, and I'm really excited to just continue cooking for all of you. With that said, let's get started. So today I'm going to be making hand pies, which after, I don't know, 4 or 5 straight videos of very lengthy recipe names, this is a bit of a relief. So let's get started. So the recipe calls for pie crust. It calls for the pre-made stuff, which is fine, nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to make my own. So I'm going to start with some flour, some salt. I'm just going to mix that together. Now I'm going to add some unsalted butter and some shortening. And when you add these into your pie, you want to make sure the butter and the shortening are both cold. And so now I'm going to mix that in and cut with the pastry cutter. And now I'm just going to add some cold water in a little bit at a time and mix. It should be well mixed when the dough is in large clumps. Now I've said it before, baking's not my strong suit, so I hope this works, because this is the first time I've made pie dough. And now I'm just gonna roll it together. That looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to flatten it to about a 1-inch circle here. And then I'm just going to wrap it in plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for a couple hours at least, even up to like 4 or 5 days. So for this recipe, I'm going to cut up some potatoes, leeks, garlic, parsley, and thyme. So now I'm going to cook up the bacon. Now in that rendered fat, I'm going to cook the potatoes. I may have let them get a little too crispy, but now that those have cooked up a bit, I'm going to add the leeks and thyme, a little bit of salt. And now that that's softened up a bit, I'm going to add the garlic. And just cook it long enough to get fragrant. Now that that's cooked up, I'm just going to put it in a bowl for now. Now I'm going to add the beef. Now that the cooking has started just enough, I'm going to add some flour. And that's going to thicken the beef. And I'm going to add some chicken stock. And I'm going to scrape the pan clean and let that thicken to nearly a paste. So these hand pies would be a very common dish everywhere, with variations based on what was in the area, what was fresh at the time, what was recently bought, or even what might have been left over from last night's dinner. This recipe with bacon and leek is from Cuddle's Meat Pies in Waterdeep's Trades Ward, which is the major shopping district of Waterdeep and home to many of the city's guild halls. Now that that's thickened up a bit, I'm going to pour it in with the potato mixture. After stirring that together and letting it cool a bit, I'm going to put in some bacon and some parsley. Just lightly stir it around to incorporate it. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge for a few minutes while I get the pie crust ready. I'm just going to roll this out. And then just fill it. And fold. Cut off the edges. Crimp it down. And I'm going to cut it, just cut in to vent it. I'm going to finish this off with some egg wash and put it in the oven. And now those are just going to cool for a few minutes and they'll be ready to eat. So this is exactly as expected, with a nice hearty filling and a wonderfully flaky pie crust, which I'm going to have to pat myself on the back for that one. This was the first time I made pie crust. I think I did a good job. And I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at chef_Velmore. Links in the description below. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Come on back next week for another recipe.